Hi everyone, it's Frances, and I've been an Eagle in the 48 Days Eagles community for almost 3 years because I took a free webinar that Dan Miller had offered on finding your sweet spot. And though I felt like I knew what my sweet spot is, it's the piano, I needed help figuring out how to combine that with my passion and what I offer the world. And so I took Dan's webinar and I became an Eagle that day, and I haven't looked back. We are getting ready to do a 30-day challenge of listening to this book, The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. We did this 1 year ago and I took the challenge and it has changed my life. I'm going to tell you how it has changed my life and then give you some pointers on how to help it really change your life, because we all know it's one thing to read a book or listen to a book. It's another thing to apply it. And as Earl talks about, there's a difference between understanding something intellectually and emotionally. And at some point beyond the month of listening to This Strangest Secret, I had an emotional connection with what Earl teaches, and that's when things really began to change. First, let me just tell you why doing this together is powerful. It's beyond accountability. It's community and camaraderie, where we're all listening to something together, and we're all taking individual things from what we've learned, applying it to our lives, and comparing it with each other and inspiring each other. That's what makes it powerful to join in this 30-day challenge. Another reason that this is so powerful is because it will help to identify the bugs in your thinking. I'm a farm girl and I understand Earl's analogy where you can either plant nightshade, a deadly poison, or you can plant corn, something of sustenance, by what you think about in your brain. But let me tell you, as a farm girl, even if you plant corn, there's elements that are going to try to eat that corn, destroy that corn. So even as we are replacing negative thoughts with good ones, there's still going to be elements that are going to try to eat that corn and eat the positive things. So doing this together with comrades helps us to be able to share what are some of your bugs that are eating your corn, eating your crops. And for me, one of the big ones was when Earl makes this suggestion. He says, trace your attitudes back to your childhood and try to discover where you first got the idea that you couldn't be successful, if that's the way you've been thinking. I heard that over and over and over, and I couldn't quite connect to it. And then I realized it's not that I thought I couldn't be successful as a child. I thought that I shouldn't be. And those are two very different things. And when I realized that somehow I picked up the feeling that I shouldn't be successful, I could trace back where that came from and identify it, get rid of it. And when I began to realize that I should be successful, there's nothing wrong with being successful, it has changed everything. And that was the turning point for me. Another reason that doing this together can be so powerful is that it helps us to redefine success. That was another intellectual versus emotional change for me as I listened to The Strangest Secret. I began to understand that my definition of success was a bit tainted. I thought success was a certain amount of money or a certain amount of goals that I've reached or a certain place in life or a certain house or a certain award as a musician. So therefore, it was always easy to feel like I wasn't successful if I wasn't reaching those goals. But Earl has helped me to understand what success really is. And when I understood that, I realized I am successful. I am already successful because I am pursuing and realizing the goal of a worthwhile idea. And that is to bring life and hope and encouragement and voice to our lives through my music. So I'm already successful. Once I was able to redefine success, again, It has changed everything for me because now I see myself as successful. And it's not about a certain amount of money, a certain award, a certain place. Those things would be nice, but they do not measure my value or my success. And it has freed me to think outside the box, to think positively. So as you can see, I'm very excited about this book. And I'm so excited that we're doing this challenge again in the Eagles community. And I would encourage you to jump on board and take the challenge. And just listen for clues that resonate with you. And every day you might hear something different as you listen. And if you're not part of the 48 Days Eagles and you'd like to be, I highly recommend the community. You can actually go to my website, francesstrauss.com, and look under the 48 Days Eagles and find out how to become a part of the Eagles.